Hi there, I'm Masha Esipova and I'm a linguist. And I'm currently a Marie Curie Fellow here at the University of Oslo. And this is Marie Curie. Here at the Department of Linguistics and Scandinavian Studies, I've been part of the Superlinguistics research group. Now, what is superlinguistics? Now, super in this case is meant to be understood in its original Latin sense, that is, beyond. And superlinguistics, broadly speaking, is a research program that applies linguistics methodology to various quote-unquote non-standard objects. And there are two main research directions within superlinguistics. One is including various meaning-bearing aspects of linguistic utterances that have been traditionally overlooked into our models of language and linguistic behavior. So we're talking about things like gestures, facial expressions, prosody, things like that. And if you ask me, there is nothing super about this research direction. It's really just a more responsible way of doing regular linguistics. Now, the second direction really does take things beyond language. This is where we apply the skill set and the mindset that we have as linguists to things that are very obviously not language, such as animal communication, but also various systems of complex outputs produced by humans, like pictorial representations, music, dance, even systems whose primary goals have nothing to do with signaling, like knitting or athletic movement. Now, I myself have been primarily working within this first direction, focusing mostly on multi-channel expression of meaning in natural language. But I have been recently dabbling in this second direction as well. This is my office. It's quite empty. I've been working exclusively from home these days. And I started here back in September, and I haven't really fully moved in. And I took my computer home, so I don't even know what I'm doing here. Welcome to my home office. Also my home gym, my home movie theater, my home bar, and my home. Now, my upcoming talk, what is it going to be about? Well, we'll start with the premise that we as human beings don't only use language to communicate and negotiate our beliefs about the world, but also, for example, to express our immediate emotions. Imagine, for instance, that you stub your toe against a piece of furniture and you yell something like ouch, or something stronger. Now, your goal wasn't to communicate anything to anyone, but rather to express your frustration or maybe even alleviate your pain. And this is something that I will call expressive meaning. And intuitively, it's very different from you simply asserting, I'm frustrated, or I'm in pain, or I don't like this. In the second case, you would be communicating something that I will call truth-conditional meaning. And in my talk, I will show you that this distinction between these two types of meaning is empirically very real and has tangible consequences for our understanding of the architecture of grammar, and we should therefore capture this distinction in our linguistic theories. However, there have been two trends in formal linguistics that I've been trying to counteract in my research. On the one hand, whenever you have conventionalized spoken words or their parts that carry this expressive meaning, there have been persistent attempts to reduce their contributions to truth-conditional meaning. And I believe this kind of reduction is misguided. On the other hand, whenever you have any affect-related meaning conveyed through some secondary channel like prosody or facial expressions or gestures, the most common reaction is to say, well, this is just paralinguistic and we as linguists shouldn't worry about it. However, as I will show you, we do observe some of the same distinctions in these secondary channels as we do with words when it comes to expressing affect-related meaning. In particular, we do have instances of this performative expression of immediate affect, that is, we do have expressive meaning, but we also have this less performative, more regularized, more linguistically integrated expression of non-immediate affect. That is, we do have truth-conditional affective meaning. And we should therefore be able to capture this distinction for these secondary channels in the same way as we do for words. And this is my talk in a nutshell. And I hope to see you there.